Good morning. It's Tom negotiating with Jesus. It's 5:21 according to Alexa. That's where I usually start. That first pattern I memorized. It would be pinky move, the open end of the neck. This would be a fret if the neck were longer, but it's not. It stops there. So I can use my star players here at the end of the neck, and this is why acoustic guitar players love the end of the neck. Your stars can shine. This B string, because we're not playing B's or F's. There's an F and there's a B. So this B string, we start on the C note. C, C, D, E. We skip the F and go to the G. Then jump G, A, C. So I believe in chords because I'm average. You gotta get them down good. You gotta do your exercises. The new exercise. I gotta get out of my head. I can't just do pentatonic. Here's the standard scale with B's and F's. Here's an F. Here is a B. I skip B's all the time because in the G chord, I don't care for the B that much. I mute that guy out. I throw in an extra D. This is kind of the way the next level guys play. They find things that sound good, that are a little cheaty, kind of cheaty. But this is a nice thing to throw in for C's and G's. And then my finger is ready for a D. Look at how that moves nicely. C and G. And then I mute. I don't need to put this guy down. I mute. I can keep this here. Now this is next level where you're playing a lot of things with the chords. I'm just laying down basic chords, rhythm, and accompaniment. Then my middle finger, or my ring finger, is right at the right place. That guy can stay there for all three chords. This is a C. I'm adding a D, which is the 2, C, D. It's the second in the run of C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. This is a G. C, the C chord is C, E, G. So you're adding an extra G instead of an extra E. There's the E. I add an extra G. C, E, G. Okay. So the other guitar teachers all over the internet, all over YouTube, they're everywhere. They're way better than me. Listen to them. If you're here, maybe this is just a regular person to play music with. Maybe we form some community at some point. Maybe we even work on songs. So I was going to work on songs. So yesterday, I went out to take out the trash, and I stepped in poop. So I'm like, well, that stinks. I'm not very happy. I grumbled quite a bit. I said under my breath, thank you neighbors, thank you for letting your animals poop in my yard. So it's this enemy thing. My enemies are working against me. They're putting a poop trap So it's a story. The story is, I stepped in it. I stepped in it. So I was just thinking this morning, if I start helping with songs, so I want average players to play their chords, do some exercises, and first and thirds. So you do some different scales, do the exercises. Do the exercises. Memorize how the notes go. It's just an exercise. You got to do it every day. Then you write songs. You've got some basic things down. You can play songs. You cover songs. You find all over the internet what chords go with what songs. You start playing and you're in the sphere of, again, you're not a creator, but you're not in just the consumer side. Now you're playing music. That's the side, I think, that saves, or that keeps the world afloat, while Albert takes over. Well, Albert comes in and starts taking away music from people who haven't figured out how to perform, how to get on the creator side. The music is wonderful, and AI starts delivering it. And then, because it can manipulate, it is so good. Who needs to, when Taylor Swift and Phil Collins, when Phil Collins is making music, you don't have to. No, yes, you do have to. I'm saying, don't let the superstars make the music. We got to do it. So back to stepping in poop. So I'm telling you that you tell stories all the time. So I'm like, what would that be? I started thinking, okay, that's a story. I stepped in it. And it stinks. I can't believe we're on the brink. So in some way I thought, okay, it's a story. What's cat poop? It's a metaphor. It's a metaphor for a relationship, because everyone wants to write love stories. I stepped in it. And it stinks. I can't believe our love is on the brink. So I thought about, no one wants to write about cat poop. We could make that the story, but you couldn't make it a metaphor. So you just start looking for ways to say the words. So there it is. I stepped in it again. So there's a story, and it's starting to be manipulated. Stepped in it again. Can't believe. Oh, and that really stinks. I can't believe our love is on the brink. You scraped me off onto the curb. What would rhyme with curb? And not close rhymes. So close rhyme, not exact rhymes. Curb, blurb, sturb. What rhymes with curb? Nothing. You scrape me off on the step, on the walk. Now we can't even talk. I don't know. So exact rhymes, as it turns out, are great, but they start sounding like Dr. Seuss. Exact rhymes. And people think you're clever if you come up with close rhymes. So scrape me off on the walk. It's going to be, and now I've started to sulk. I don't know, sulk and walk. Close rhymes. So as we continue this process and actually write a song, in live time, and maybe we start developing a community where people get together at a certain time and actually work this out in the YouTube sphere and defeat Albert. Albert is the enemy, and average players will defeat Albert. They will build something. It will be a great war, and tens of thousands will be on the battlefield, and we will all go unnoticed. And some 5-star general, some big name guy who got to lead 10,000 people, and 4,000 of them died, but we conquered some invading foe, and the general was remembered as General Taylor Swift, and all the people who did the actual on-the-ground fighting will be just some unknown players. So this is the average player's graveyard, and we will be all those crosses in Arlington. But let's get into battle. Would you rather have a walk-on part in a war or a lead role in a cage? One of my favorite lines from Pink Floyd. So I'm going to continue my exercises. I'm going to add I'm not going to forget the regular scale, and I'll do that other places. That's a B. My daughter was doing the Do Re Mi song. She doesn't have the pitch perfectly in her head. That is the shape of a G. A G here is a C. This is the shape of a G, E. That is a C plated with the shape of an E. Oops. So this song, the Do Re Mi song, it plays the C scale. Do re mi fa sol la ti do. So that is part of you locking into understanding what's going on in music. It's part of the theory that you all of a sudden get what it is, the C scale. So knowing it this way, so you can play. So you can play, find positions, you can find notes. I'm an average player, so you'll see me missing notes. That's it for now. So we did a cat poop song that actually was about love. We did a close rhyme, walk, and sulk. A close rhyme is good. It opens up your choices to 1,000 other words. Walk and talk. That's limited choices. So that's part of songwriting. Telling a story. A story is a metaphor. We did Do Re Mi Fa Sol La Ti Do. I believe in the Pentatonic scale. The Pentateuch. I got into religion. That's Moses' first 5 books. The Pentateuch. And you can find songs on top of exercises. That was a lot. It's just something to talk about. We want to defeat Albert. It's not Alvin anymore, it's Albert, because if I don't sound out the R, it sounds like AI bot. The lowercase L looks like an I. This is my reasoning, and, fight me. So long.